Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to the show. It is I, your trusted Dungeon Master Brian, narrator and host of Roll the Hard 20 podcast. One more time, we've got another exciting episode of our Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan run-through, and I want everybody to know before we begin how they can get in touch with the show. Don't forget to head on over to rollthehard20podcast.com and visit the website. We have all kinds of exciting pages up over there, including links to getting that bitchin' badass t-shirt that we've got specifically made for the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media footprint. We are on Facebook, Instagram, find us on Twitter. What else we got going on? Oh, don't forget patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. For as little as $1, you too can help support the show and be a fellow hard slinger. Really help us drive it home, because I tell you what, lately things have been getting really pretty tight around here. Also, please just feel free to write into the show and let us know how you feel about the show. Let us know if you like the content that we're putting out, how we're putting out these short adventure paths until we can all gather back around the table of judgment and continue rolling our second book of our Carrion Crown run through, which I am super excited for that point where we can actually get back and do that again. Also, don't forget, whenever you hear one of us roll a hard 20 on the show, be the first person to write in or tag the show in some way and send me the link, and we'll send you out the D20, a sticker, a gold doubloon, and basically say thanks for help supporting the show. Now, without any further delay, warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan, Episode 3.
Red eye.
Ready?
Yeah.
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast, session 3 of the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan, our run through. And with me, the Hard Slingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I, of course, am your trusted Dungeon Master Brian. And somebody's just banging shit around back there.
Oh, that was me throwing a bottle cap away.
So we're not going to waste any time with some kind of a recap. You guys know that you entered this room. You stirred up some shit. You got this giant crustacean looking shell with 8 legs chasing you through this mud-soaked room. Cricket, Adric, and Brahm have all managed to make their way down to a lower portion of a stairwell that is just filled with mud about 4.5 feet deep. Kjartan, you are still invisible, and yet you managed to go down in that same stairwell. As you guys are deciding what to do, you can't get the door open because of all that mud and shit that's blocking it. When you see a large shadow fill the entrance leading down to the stairs, and you see this monstrosity stop and look down and say, "What are you doing in my lair?"
Anyone have a good answer?
At that point, though, you do see Brahm duck down into the mud, completely hidden. So he only sees Adric and Cricket, and he doesn't know that Kjartan's there.
It would be wise for him not to speak. I don't know. Adric, you got
Which
anything?
one of you is in charge of the rest of your party here?
I pointed Cricket. That one.
You're
Hello, mate.
you friends with the rest of the red fella and the elf that took a chance in here as well, eh?
We did. We're just trying to find a friend of ours in here.
And it doesn't strike you as odd that this large thing is talking to you.
Yeah. So how far is he could see us, but how far is his head like into the doorway that we're in?
It's not,
about 10
it's
feet, right?
Inside the shell, it almost looks like a large hermit crab type creature that is recessed in this huge orbital shell. what you originally thought was a large shiny boulder, and you see it's up on these appendages that look like giant bamboo stalks. Kjartan, that's what you thought was once a bamboo shaft or like a weapon or something. It's just one of its legs, and it's kind of veering back and forth, looking down at you. And he says, "What business do you have here in the shrine of Tamoachan? Are you here for Zodzilaha?"
For who?
Zodzilaha. This is a temple to him. What are you doing here? Don't make me angry. Your other friends back there made me angry.
We're just
The red one and the tall one with the long ears. They didn't do so well with gimpy hair. You see that crayfish stop up and go back down in the mud again.
All right, this guy doesn't want to listen.
Tell me what you're doing here.
No, I've said it twice.
What?
Trying to escape.
The DM didn't hear you. Escape. Well, you're going the wrong way.
Which is the right way.
Well, not down that way. It's been many years since I've been down here. Since I was a wee bit of a shell. But I'll tell you the same advice I told the other ones before they got angry with me and attacked me and Sparky here. I told them to go to the east. There's a stairwell that leads out.
Well,
Some of them listened, some of them didn't. Some of them came back and went to the west. Two of them stayed behind demanding answers, and they didn't do very well.
Well, we weren't trying to mean you any harm. We were literally just trying to pass our way through.
So you're looking for Zodzilaha then?
We're trying to figure out exactly what happened here. And we've heard stories of a temple and a shrine.
What's your stealth, Nick?
0.
0? What's your dex?
-1.
-1? So with the 14, he notices that you're making an impression in the mud. And he rears back a little and says, "What is that down there beside you? Somebody who might have grabbed my leg earlier? Make yourself visible. I demand to see those who I deal with."
Okay, as he says that, I break out of the invisibility. I tell him, "Sorry about that. I thought it just looked like a bamboo stick."
A dragonborn. I haven't seen one of you in years, very long time.
Well, here I am.
There you are. Well, you look, I've never seen a mud-colored one before. What do you, spray out dirt?
Oh, I'm just covered in this mud.
Well, tell me about it. So you're looking to get out of here? What are you looking for? I told you could either go to the east or go to the west. I prefer you go to the east. There's a set of stairs that takes you up.
Up to where?
Last I checked, it was out of the temple. You should know that Zodzilaha won't stand for people trespassing on his holy grounds. But then again, his servants won't, the ones that have stayed behind.
Are you a servant as well?
No.
Where are
I
you?
came down here many years ago and slowly fed to the point where I can't leave. I can't get through the doorways anymore. Now I'm resorting to occasionally eating the lost adventurer. Thank you for the tiefling, by the way.
You're welcome. And your pet friend, Sparky, I believe you called him?
Yes, well, he never told me his name. I just named him Sparky, but he comes when I call him.
I like how this crab has a pet fish.
Don't call him a fish, though. He's a crayfish. There's a difference there.
All right. It seems like where we need to be is east instead of west.
Well, what is in the west direction?
Yeah.
It's just more of the temple, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been down that way. I just know that when I came down in here, I went down the stairs and came through the doorway and stayed in this place for a while and just kind of liked it. It was blood, it was mud everywhere, and I was having a good time, so I stayed here.
Do you mind if we go in the west direction, just kind of explore and see what we can find down there?
It's up to you, but you said you wanted to get out of here. I'm just telling you which way to go. You don't have to listen to me.
I say we go east.
Yeah.
I don't want to. You said he eats lost adventurers. I don't want to be around when he gets hungry again.
Yeah. Especially since he just ate the tiefling and the elf.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Well, they've only been wounded. They escaped, but now that one of the bodies is back in, thanks to you throwing him in there.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, you didn't bring back the elf, though, so I don't know. I'll have to make do with what I've got.
Well, if we make our way back around, I'll toss his body in there.
Well, that's very kind of you. I don't see a lot of dwarves that are very kind like you. Speaking of which, where's your friend? You came with another one, no?
He's around here somewhere. I think he is taking a little bath somewhere.
Well, he better
Little
hope
mud
he
bath.
escapes before Sparky finds him, because Sparky's not as nice as I am.
All right. You mind hold Sparky back while we make passage?
I'll do my best, but I make no promises.
All right. Should we trust him?
So tell me what you would like to do.
I say we trust him for now.
Trust him for now.
Yeah.
All right. I'll start heading up the stairway and looking around for Sparky. Do I happen to see Sparky at the top of the stairway?
Make a perception check.
That is 19.
Yeah, you see him. He's actually over by that severed arm that you saw. That was slightly to the west.
That's where I wanted to go. Damn it. All right. I'll start heading towards the east as quickly as I can.
Okay. Adric,
And we'll do the same.
Kjartan.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow in last.
Okay, as you guys make your way towards the west, you see that there is a door in a recessed alcove. For some reason, though, the threshold of this door appears to be up higher than the level of the mud.
Oh,
Gotta
yes, this one will open.
We have to climb up to it.
No, it's just it's about 1.5 feet above the mud.
Oh, okay.
You can see that there's some hardened dirt that looks like it was packed against the wall, almost as though it had been pushed there. So there's kind of a sloping landing that leads to the door, possibly covering stairs or something of the such.
Is there any can I make a perception check on the door and see if there's any overgrown plants or handles or anything on this door that I could visibly see?
Sure.
11.
11, you don't see any handles, and you don't see any hinges either.
We tell what kind of material this door is made out of? Stone, wood?
It's made of stone, like a stucco stone. And you could see that the moisture from the mud has actually started to make it a lot of the stucco start to peel off of it. In certain areas, you see a lot of the stone beneath the stucco gleaming and glistening. Make an insight check.
Who? Cricket?
Any one of you. Yeah. Cricket, if you're investigating, you can.
Oh, it was on a 19 and it went to a 6.
You're unfamiliar with this kind of masonry.
All right.
Did not do well.
Not doing
No.
well.
I got like 7.
7,
It's not worth anything.
I have an 11. Is that
an
okay?
11. You're not familiar with the masonry either, but you've got a very good idea that the hinges are probably on the other side of this door.
I relay that to them and kind of say, do you guys think we should try push? See if it just opens?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Give it a try. I'll push on the door. Who else is our next strongest?
I'm weak as fuck, so why not?
I'm at a +0, so it's probably me, maybe.
Okay.
Based on how Nick described his strength.
Okay, go make your strength.
All right. That's 16.
16. It pushes fairly easy. I mean, it must have something to do with the moisture maybe on the hinges possibly, but it does press through. And you
Right.
see before you a hallway that goes down about 20 feet to the east. And then it makes a turn to the north around a blind corner. The hallway itself, by the way, the hallway is 10 feet wide. Sorry.
Okay. There's no fork, right? It just turns to the north?
Yep, it just goes down east for 20 feet. Is that 20 feet? I'm sorry. 45 feet. My bad.
Ooh,
It goes
Oh,
down
it's long.
45 feet,
yeah.
and then it turns to the north. Couldn't read my own writing.
As we're going down the hallway, is it descending or
It actually seems to be elevating.
elevating?
That's
What is
easy.
your marching order?
Fuck. I guess Cricket will go in front.
Okay. Adric will go next.
Okay. As you guys are walking down the hallway, everybody make a perception check.
Not so good.
17?
17,
10 for Cricket.
10. Adric,
22.
22. Cricket, as you're leading the group down the hallway, you're more concerned with what's in front of you. Adric, you, and Kjartan, you guys are looking around, making sure that Sparky isn't bringing up the rear. And as you guys are scoping around, you notice to your right, against the south wall, about halfway down, that part of the stucco has actually fallen off the wall. And you see that beneath the stucco appears to be like a stone portal, almost like a plug in the wall. It's about 5 feet wide and covers from the floor to the ceiling, about 10 feet tall. It's almost as though the stucco has sloughed off and reveals this portion of the wall.
Huh. Do we want to see what this is about? Or do we want to keep pushing forward?
Well, I'm kind of interested.
All right. How about we take a look then? Cricket? What about you?
I'm down.
I haven't hit you yet.
No, not that down.
That reminds me, Kjartan is almost down. About to
I
become
think all our characters are almost down.
Could become a two-man party potentially. Yeah, I guess I'll go first and look into it.
Okay, tell me what you want to do with this portion of the wall.
Can I see if there's investigate for either a trap or a door?
Sure.
Try to find hinges or something that could have fall out. 16.
16. It doesn't look like a trap. It does, in fact, look like some kind of a doorway, possibly. Like as though somebody was blocking off something right here. Cricket, as you're standing there watching this, your hands start to itch and start to really bother you. And you take 1 point of damage from having pressed your hands against the door that led you into this hallway.
Okay. Is this some kind of poison?
Not a poison, no.
Oh.
Something to do with the masonry, but you're just not familiar with this type of masonry. Now, maybe as a Spanish individual, you might know.
It's adobe?
It's lime!
Wait, do you relay that you have your hands feel weird or no?
I'll just start like rubbing them and be like, I got the burn.
Feeling something.
I'm feeling something here, guys. Be careful with the doors. Got some quite itchy material on it.
Okay.
Can I also make an investigation on the portal there, on the wall?
Sure. Tell me what you want to do and how you want to do it.
I actually just want to go up next to it and see if there's any like excessive moisture or anything that would cause the stucco to kind of like fall off the stone itself.
Okay.
And I fail horribly with a 7.
7. No, you really can't tell. But you do know that the air still has that amber hue throughout the whole area, which does kind of make it a little challenging to breathe, possibly because of the density of the air, but you don't know what's causing the moisture on the wall, on that. It's not just that area, it's everywhere.
Okay.
You know, down all the halls. But because whatever this was that Adric had discovered being a doorway, he and Kjartan, that it looks like maybe the patchwork just probably didn't seal well there, you know, compared to the rest of the walls. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shitty craftsmanship.
Shitty craftsmanship.
There you go.
You get what you pay for.
Rather than the Budweiser.
Okay. Can I like? Do I have some sort of stick or something and try and open this stupid thing with?
Wait, Yarton, did you get that bamboo stick? Oh, that was his leg, huh?
So like,
No, I didn't rip it off.
we can maybe ask him if we can borrow it.
He was a nice
I
fella.
can use Mage Hand to kind of just like poke around and see
If you think you can open a door with it, by all means.
I mean, it's worth a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so yeah, I'll cast Mage Hand and try to see if I can open this up or see if I notice anything.
No, it doesn't. The mage hand just doesn't even do shit. It palms that stone and just stands there or sits there, whatever. Just presses there. Nothing happens. It doesn't give.
Yeah.
It's more than what that hand can do.
Okay.
You need more than a hand job. Hand job.
Okay. I'll try and find any sort of object, like stick-like object I can use to try and push the door open. If not, I will use. I'll just use the staff part of my scythe to try and push it open.
Okay, they're looking down the hallway, back the way you came from the door, and forward to the east. As far as you can tell from not seeing around the corner, you don't see that there's any sticks or anything in this hallway.
Okay.
Just all stuccoed, moisture along the walls, along the ceiling and stuff.
Okay. Then
So-
I will use the scythe to try the staff part of the scythe to try and push the door open.
Okay, go and make a strength check.
That is not good. It's a 10 flat.
10? No. What is your strength?
Mine?
Mhm.
10.
10. Cricket, what's your strength?
Mine is 16, so plus 3.
No, just 16, right?
Yeah.
What's your skeleton?
10.
10. Together, all three of you might be able to get this open together.
Wow. I was really hoping one of us could do it alone. If the other side is trapped, at least only one of us would die.
Right.
I don't. How interested are you guys in opening this door with all three of us?
I'm kind of interested.
All right, we got. I'll pitch in then.
Cricket,
Okay.
standing, ready to push.
All right, let's all open this door and get killed.
Okay.
It was a keystone for the tunnel.
So, you guys all muscle up, the three of you, against this stone block, and you slowly begin to push it forward. You push it about 2 feet, 3 feet, 3.5. You start to see that you're clearing the wall now. You can actually start to see on either side of this big stone block. Push it in another clearance of 9 inches, 12 inches, 1.5 feet, 2 feet, 2.5 feet, and then the stone stops moving at that point.
So we have. Do
You
we
have
have
about
2.5 feet, or do we have 5.5?
you have 2.5 feet
2.5
of
feet.
opening between the wall of the hallway, which is looks to be about 2 feet itself,
Wow.
and then you moved it another 2.5 feet. So it's 5 feet from the hallway, but it's 2.5 feet of openness. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
That's the crack that we could fit through.
Yes, right there.
Okay.
Can
I don't know
everyone
which
see
side I
something?
was in. So I was on the southern end, so I don't know what side I was on, but I'll go to the west side of the room and see what's in wherever we opened it up to.
Okay. As you look in this room, actually see if I have a picture of this room.
Ooh.
I might actually have it. Hmm.
It's his final resting place. That can't be good.
Hang on a second. Shut up. I actually need to make it even bigger. Hang on a second. Okay, so sorry. Forgot we're doing this for people.
Can you take a picture with your phone of the book?
No, I already had these loaded in on my iTunes, like that I had screenshot and just saved to my photo in a file for this thing. Okay, as you open up, as you get on this side, the west side of it, Cricket, you
Okay.
notice that it leads into a small foyer that's approximately 15 feet deep and about 20 feet wide. You notice that there are 3 urns against the west wall and 3 urns against the east wall, and a set of double doors opposite the stone that just brought you in here. And the stone doors, these double doors, are beaten bronze with all kinds of glyphs and whatnot worked into the surface on them. Did you guys get the picture, by the way?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cricket's gonna walk towards the 3 urns, and
Which
just,
ones? On the west?
on the west side,
Okay.
and just do an investigation and see if they have any carvings or anything significant on them, or if they're just plain urns or
They have different kinds of glyphs around these ceramic urns, and you can see that the lids themselves are sealed with the type of a beeswax on each one, on those three. And they're probably about 2.5, 3 feet tall on the ground themselves.
Half my size. Just kidding.
Actually, you know, it's probably not that tall. It's probably about 1.5 feet.
Okay.
It's hard to tell with the picture that I sent you.
Is looking at all of them, can I tell if there's any significant difference between any of them? Like,
Make an investigation check.
okay. So I was waiting for 10
No, you just can tell that they all have glyphs on them.
glyphs on them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna study and make note of these glyphs on them.
Okay, Kjartan.
Can I do like an investigation check to see if the glyphs on the urns match the glyphs on the door? Or are
Now,
they-
which urns are you looking at? The ones against the west wall where Cricket's at, or the ones against the east wall?
I'll take a look at the east ones.
Okay. You notice that they're made of the same kind of ceramic material as the other ones that Cricket was looking at. As you're looking at them, you notice that the lids have all been sealed with beeswax as well. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
It's a 12.
A 12. You're not able to discern any glyphs. You don't know if it has something to do with age, or it has something to do with maybe somebody dinged them or chipped them, so you don't know if that's part of the glyph or not. You're unable to tell what these glyphs say as well. Adrian.
I want to investigate the door. See what I can see there from the. Did you mention that sorry, were there glyphs on the door?
Yes.
Okay.
You see that these bronze doors have been blued with age as well,
Mhm.
and they have glyphs worked into them also.
Is there anything unusual about the glyphs? Or they all seem the same?
No, they don't seem the same. They
Oh, okay, sorry. Let me rephrase, because I assumed all the glyphs look like different. But is there a difference as to if a particular glyph is worn more, or if someone had been inspecting a particular glyph or anything like that?
Okay, tell me what kind of check you want to make and how you want to discern that check. You want to see if anybody's touched a particular glyph, right?
Yeah, it's I guess if a particular area looks more worn, or that some of the rust has been
Worn away, right?
worn away and stuff like that.
Okay,
See
go ahead and make
if
your.
something
Tell me what check you would like to make to discern.
I
that.
guess investigation.
Okay.
It's not great. It's not bad. 14.
14. It doesn't look like any one particular glyph has been touched.
Okay.
They all look equally worn, but you can tell that the glyphs, they are they're horizontal.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Now, I don't know what languages any of you guys speak, so.
Probably not old.
I don't know if it's useful. I got Dwarvish, Elvish, Common, Abyssal. Is that useful here?
So, yeah, common and dwarvish.
What do you have, Kjartan?
Common, Draconic, Gnomish, and Primordial.
God, all y'all educated.
Yep.
Okay, Kjartan, what are you going to do? I'm sorry, Cricket, you were going to do something. Yeah,
I want
I'm
to.
sorry, Adric, you can't discern what this says.
Got it. Okay.
With the multitude of languages that you speak or understand, you can't tell what this says. Cricket, what would you like to do?
Walking up to Adric, that's in front of the door.
Shake him,
with,
don't you? Just fucking stab him right in the back. Okay.
With the
I turn around and stab him first.
yeah, with the actual images still fresh in his mind, and you're just trying to chicken scratch on his notepad on what he can imitate on what they look like.
Okay.
He wants to walk over to the door and see if there are any similarities between the patterns that he's seen on the urns to the ones that are on the door.
As you're comparing those two, go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage.
Thank God. Of course, I had to roll on that. That is a 15.
15. Looking at what you've scribbled down and traced, and looking at the glyphs on the door, you're almost certain that none of them are the same.
Okay. Another question. By any of these glyphs, have we seen them in... Would Cricket recognize them from any of that
Wood
one room that
Cricket.
not Wood Cricket. Wood Cricket. Perhaps Cricket recognizes them from the room that we originally dropped in.
Make a history check. That's actually pretty good, though, Cricket.
Probably not with a 7.
No.
I think he was
Not
still
with a 7.
little-
You were probably too caught
Coming out
up
of
with
the-
everything that was going on. As soon as you dropped down, you probably only investigated the dioramas for about a minute or so before Adric tried to grab that little key out of that one stucco figurine, and then all hell just broke loose at that point.
Okay.
Kjartan, from your position against the eastern wall with the 3 urns, what would you like to do?
Can I tell if like the beeswax that's keeping the lid on has it like hardened over the years, or is it still kind of like pliable? Like, would I be able to open up the top?
Personally, I'm not familiar with beeswax, so I don't know if it stays pliable, how long beeswax stays pliable, but I would say that it has remained as a sealant and is not brittle to the touch.
Okay.
Still be waxy, huh?
Yeah. You're waxy.
That's right.
All right, fuck. I'm just gonna try to open up one of the urns and see if I can open it up and see what's inside.
Okay, which one would you like to open up?
The northernmost one on the east side.
Okay. Tell me how you want to open it. Just peel it open, pop it open.
Is there like a handle, like a lid or something like that, or just?
It looks like a large, like a 2-inch diameter cork lid that's stuck in the jar or the urn itself, and then it's been waxed over. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You don't want to bring a corkscrew.
Like a with the
We're gonna get like a
Oh, how
wine
convenient.
bottle of it. Yeah.
I guess just as a first attempt, I'll just try to like twist it and try to work it open. See if I can just do it by my hand.
okay. You feel the wax begin to give way under your tenacious grip, and you feel it falter and completely give out. You feel this cork type lid pop out, but inside you see a type of a liquid within.
Can I? Do I know what it is, or do I recognize it?
You can't tell because it's dark within the urn, and the urn's not see-through.
Okay.
Can Cricket go over and
Can
see
Cricket?
Can Cricket? There's wood cricket. There's canned crickets.
Hey, cricket.
Cricket would like to walk over to Yarton and see what he's up to. And looking down, seeing that there's liquid in there,
Okay.
he would actually like to
Take a taste.
grab an arrow and dip it into the container.
Damn, dude. That's impressive. So you dip it in, and you feel that there's some kind of a fluid within there.
What's the viscosity of it? Is it like water? Is it like
Damn you. Very good. It does feel a little thick.
a little thick?
Yes.
Okay. Pulling the arrow out, examining it. Is there a color or an odor to it?
It appears to be almost like a not quite clear, but not quite honey between those two. And it's not as thin as water, but it does have some viscosity although it is giving way off of the arrow shaft back into the urn. As you pull it up and hold it over the shaft, hold it over the urn, you see it starts to dribble down.
Cracky. I believe this might be power steering fluid.
You're quite low.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to be the guinea pig? Who wants to taste it?
Yarton, you're not familiar with any of these fluids?
I haven't seen this before.
I certainly do not want to take a taste.
Too bad we don't have any guinea pigs. There's nothing else that I could put it on. If it lasted in an urn, it doesn't mean... If it was on the arrow, it didn't disintegrate the arrow, so that we know it's not harmful in that way.
It's likely not an acid.
It's not an acid, so we could eliminate that. Why would it be so valuable? Or why would it be in an urn? Especially in this room.
It has something to do with the door. Maybe we can try. Maybe we take your arrow to the. I mean, not necessarily it has something to do with the door, but there are glyphs on these jars on the door itself. Maybe we can take it to some of the glyphs that are on the door and see if there's any reaction at all.
Like smeared on?
At least with the little bit that you have on the arrow tip.
Okay. Okay, so that Cricket will try to attempt that. So he'll actually reinsert the arrow back into the urn to, get more on there, and hastily make his way to the door and try to put it. How tall is the letterings or the markings on the door?
The lettering is probably about 5 feet from the floor up, but the door is much taller. It's probably like 10 feet tall. And they're double doors.
Who's the tallest? Probably Yarton?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. It was all like, well, mate, I believe I might be a little short on this one. You mind doing the honors?
Yeah.
Mind dying for the group?
We don't know what it does.
I'll be over here 10 feet back.
Axe and shield ready.
Mind taking one for the team?
So yeah, I'll take the arrow and try to apply it to the door, to the glyphs.
Okay, it just makes the bronze wet and starts to dribble down the door. You don't see it do anything to the door itself.
Fuck.
Okay.
Almost want to say fuck it and taste it.
Okay.
Don't taste.
Adric, what do you want to do?
I have something, but I was sitting on it because everyone had such cool ideas. I have a warlock feature called Eyes of the Runekeeper, and it means I can read all text.
Okay, hold on a second. Whose Discord keeps bumping off?
Did you send something right now?
No, I didn't. I hear somebody's Discord keeps populating.
I don't think
Not mine.
It's you, Adric.
Could be me.
No, I'm on
Let's see if
silent.
I can mess with my volume mixer.
All right. Well, deal with that later.
Which will work.
So, what do you want to do? You have the ability to read something.
I can read all text.
Okay. So, describe what you do with this warlock. You get your hands. You crack your knuckles. You do the.
I crack my knuckles, and I assume that I take in the images of the text and send them to my patron who translates it for me, sends it back, give him what is it called, Morse code, get back a Morse code, translate that.
So you're reading the door, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It says in your eyes. They slowly begin to form into words, into letters that you understand. And from left to right, it says, "Here lies Talokes Popalokas, master of the others, who is like the wind and the night."
So he's light and dark?
No.
Like
Wind
the wind
and
and
night.
the night.
Wind in the night. The only thing I can think about for wind and night are owls, right? Or like birds.
Would you like me to read that one more time for you?
Yes, please read it
Yes.
again. Maybe I heard it wrong.
Here lies Tolokes Popalokas, master of the others, who is like the wind and the night.
Like the wind. Doesn't necessarily tell me anything yet. Can I read the? Can I
Papa
read the jars?
Tapalocus
Popalokas.
is like the others.
Popalokas.
No. He's master of the others, and he's like
Master.
the wind and the night. Do the jars say anything that is similar to? Do the glyphs on the jars say anything that?
How
is
long does this last, and is it good for
It's,
only
it's
one?
just a thing that I have.
Oh, it's just you
It's
can
a
just
feat,
tell.
I think, right?
You just do it.
And it's on command always.
Yeah, the entirety of the text is Eyes of the Runekeeper, so that's the title of the thing. And then an equal number of words is You Can Read All Writing. I
Oh.
think the title may be longer than the actual description.
Okay, well, tell me what you would like to look at.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to read the glyphs on the jars to see what they say.
Okay, tell me
If-
which
if I
jars
can
you
make
wish
some
to
sort
look
of
at.
connection between the two.
Tell me which jars you want to look at, because there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
Consider
I
them
guess
A,
I will
B,
start-
C, D, E, F. A being at the north, east. B
Yeah, I'm
being
gonna start with-
east,
I'm going to start with
southeast.
A because that's the one that
That's open,
they,
right?
they opened.
Okay, it says. How do I describe this? For the anointed.
For the anointed. Okay. And then B, does it say the same thing?
No, it doesn't. For B, it says. For the others.
Okay, that one's important. I'm going to tell, I guess Kjartan, I'll tell Kjartan to keep a close eye on that one. What about C?
For the anointed.
Okay. Then D through F.
D says. Master of the hand. E is for the anointed, and F is for the others.
Cricket
There-
nudges Kjartan, master of the hand. Hey,
Okay.
that's you, big guy.
Hey, good one, yeah.
Okay, master of the hand. Wait, does that mean anything to the two of you? Otherwise, there's 2 that say for the others. Those are probably more. Those are certainly more important than anointed, at least in my perception.
Would master of the hands be some type of guards that he had? I mean, he has the anointed, the others. He's like the wind and the night.
Right. The only reason I'm thinking about Master of the Hand is because they specifically said Master of the Others. And it's just because both use the word master. Maybe it's worth opening these 3.
Which ones?
The 2 that are marked for the others, and 1 that is marked Master of the Hand.
Okay.
Ooh, which one first?
We could all open a separate one at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Cricket, which one do you want?
I'll grab one of the others.
Kjartan?
Grab one of the others too.
All right, I got the hand.
Okay. Cricket, tell me what you do.
Gonna do the same thing. I'm going to hold the urn and try to pop off the cork.
Okay. Just like the first urn, you see the wax give way, the cork pop out, and you hear liquid within as well.
Okay. Can I still do my dip test?
If you wish to, sure.
Okay, different arrow. You're dipping it in. pulling it out, examining it. Does it look like the one for the anointed?
No, in fact, this liquid actually looks much thinner, as though there is zero viscosity, and it's got a pungent smell to it also.
I guess I'll open mine next.
Okay. You open yours, break off the seal, pull the cork out, and you hear liquid in there as well.
Okay. Can I borrow an arrow, Cricket?
Yeah, sure can. Toss it in my bow and I can catch.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'll dip it.
You dip it in, and the arrow actually has some kind of a drag as it goes down into this liquid. It feels much thicker than normal watery liquid would be.
It's gravy. I know it.
It's great. What would you like to taste?
After you, kind sir.
Yeah, I'll try. Can I pull the arrow out, see what it looks like?
You pull it out, and it looks like the color of honey with the same kind of viscous to it, but it has a pungent smell to it.
Okay.
Kjartan, you take for the other jar, crack open the lid, pull out the corked lid, and you hear liquid sloshing around in there as well.
I asked Cricket to borrow an arrow too, so I can do the test as well.
All right. Toss him another arrow.
Okay, you toss him an arrow. He does the same thing, pulls it in there. Very thin. Cricket, make a perception check as he's doing this.
Woohoo! That is a 19.
19. As he's dipping it in and pulling it out, you notice that the arrow that you have in your hand, the shaft is starting to dissolve. Just
Quickly yell, Guardian, don't get that contents on your hand. Look at my arrow. Like, as it's like falling apart. Yeah. Disintegrating slowly.
Okay, then I'll just drop onto the floor and just kind of look at it and see if it starts to dissolve as well.
Within a few moments, it too starts to dissolve the shaft of the arrow. You see it start to give off a white wisp of smoke as the acidic content of this liquid begins to eat the shaft of this arrow away.
As the arrows go away or burn, like disintegrate apart.
Yeah, you do have to mark them off your sheet.
Damn it. I was going to ask, now that pungent smell, did it have a change or a color to how it reacted? Was it white smoke or did it turn black or any other color?
It looked whitish. You talking about the ones that ate the arrow? That
Yes.
smoke that gave off? It looked whitish.
Okay.
Oh, look at my arrow. Has anything happened to that?
Nope. In fact, for the most part, the majority of the liquid has dripped off or congealed at the tip of the arrow, working it, leaving the shaft wet, but had congealed down at the bottom and slowly dripping off in gobulets.
You guys have any idea what we can do?
Do a chemistry test.
Chemistry test.
Can Cricket make I don't know what this would be, whether it would be investigation, medicine, or nature, but can he try to determine, or even history, if he knows what the oil would be in the anointment? Sorry, I forgot the name of it. The urn?
Oh, right.
The anointment urn?
Make a religion check.
A religion check? Nope. That is a 3 on the dice, and that is probably shit. Yeah, it's still 3.
Yeah, you don't know what significance this oil has or why it's in that urn. But you do know there's a couple of those urns in here.
There was 2 or 3. There was sorry, I lost count. It was
3.
3, right? 3
Yes.
anointment.
3 anoint for the anointed, 2 for
2
the others, 1 for master of the
Others.
hand.
Others, okay.
Is there any evidence in the room of like the last time these jars were used in any kind of way, or is it just kind of like an empty room in that sense?
Surprisingly, this entire room is spotless. There's no dust and there's no moisture in here either.
None of that amberish air that we had in the hallway.
It's in there now, only because when you pushed the stone in, the air followed you into the room. So you would not have known whether or not it was already in here or if you brought it in with you.
Wait, did we try to open the door yet?
The double
we haven't
doors?
tried. No, we haven't tried to open it.
Let's just try and open the doors.
All right.
We
Well,
might need the jars inside there.
while we're in there, is there any way? Shoot, I don't know what it does to my hands though. I wanted to see if I could try to collect the anointment oil into a jar of some kind.
Like maybe an urn.
But the urns are big to carry. You said they were like about 2 feet tall, right?
About 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall. Well, shit, there goes my notes. Game over. Okay, no, we're good.
Yeah, it's a little too big just to carry my satchel there.
Maybe empty out a flask. Do you have a Boda
Yeah,
bag or something?
I got a water bag.
Okay.
I'll empty one out and I'll fill it up with as much as I can without touching the fluid.
Okay. Make a dex check. Yeah.
That is a 17.
Perfect. You managed to dump out your Boda bag, fill it up with this urn by tilting it over your knee, pouring some in there without spilling a drop. You fill it up to the top, cap it off. What do you want to do?
At that point, wrap it around me, secure it, and then yeah, I guess make way to the door if we haven't tried to open the door.
Okay. You see that it has 2 horizontal handles.
Okay. What do we believe, guys? Is a push or a pull? I'll go ahead attempt to open the
Try
door.
both? Yeah. Try push.
Okay.
It's been working so far.
Yeah. I'll push the door.
Okay. As you grab the handles. Yeah.
19.
19. You realize that the door is locked.
Pull on the door. Still locked down. Okay.
But you do notice with the 19 that there's no hinges on this side.
Okay. Is there a keyhole? Investigating the door. Is there a keyhole?
There is a type of keyhole in there.
Okay. Examining the keyhole. Any particular shape, like a regular skeleton key or something like we saw in the other room?
It doesn't look anything like what you saw in the other room at all. Tell me how you're investigating it too, by the way. You like getting down in there,
Crouching down, kind of looking around. What's lighting in the room, by the way?
It's dim lit in there.
Dim lit? Okay. I mean, I think I could see it pretty well if I'm almost...
Dark vision. You'll be okay.
I don't think dwarfs do.
They do. They
got
kinda
dark
have
vision.
it from all
Do
that
they?
time they spent in the mountain.
Oh, that's true.
The mines.
Yeah.
Mines. He'll try to... I know you're trying to say this without you making a joke about it. He'll wrap his finger around the... He'll finger the keyhole and see if he can get like a finger inside of it. Is it big enough for his finger to fit?
No, your fat fucking finger ain't gonna fit in that hole.
Sausage. Sausage fingers.
Kiarte, what do you want to do?
I'll relay to everyone that there's a keyhole too.
Okay.
And that your fucking finger won't fit in it, right?
Yeah, very much. Yatsen. Let me use your finger. My sausage ones won't fit. Perhaps use that mage hand you got.
Yeah, I could try that. Try to use the mage hand to see if I can
Fading away.
get that way in there. Just see if I can try to.
It's too complex for the mage hand. It has, unless you're familiar with this particular kind of a lock, it's unable to unlatch it.
Can I look through the for the hand jar to see if there's any sort of object in there, like potentially the key?
Sure. Take a peek.
Yeah, I will take a peek.
Okay.
Do I have to roll something?
Now because it's unless you're going to pour the fluid out, it's like looking through honey that's in a dark jar.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I try and like fish for something with the arrowhead?
Sure.
Not to
Go
see
ahead.
if not to like, well, maybe I will try later, but at least try to see if it hits something.
Okay, make a dex check.
That's a 10.
10. You scoop it around the perimeter of the base and then start, making S turns up and down, side to side, and it doesn't feel like it hits anything down there.
Okay.
Cricket?
Hey, are you at least hitting bottom?
Are you tapping the bottom out of that thing?
I've hit rock bottom. That's for sure.
Cricket.
Fuck, I almost want to tip over the urns and see.
See what comes out. Everyone's worried about a Tarrasque. I'm worried about doors, man.
I'm not worried about traps so much. I'm just worried. I'm just wondering if the.
You said Tarrasque,
I
right?
said Tarrasque, not
Oh,
Tarrasque.
trap. I thought you said traps. I was like, I don't know, worried about traps.
I'm also worried about traps here, based on that other hallway we went through.
I take it at this point we've been all up and down the rooms, right? The room that we're in, right?
Seemed like there was just jars in here, really.
Yeah.
This door.
Double doors.
Yeah,
Double doors. The others disintegrated, so I wouldn't believe there would be anything in there that would. That just means it dissolved wood. The anointment was clear.
Master of the others, like the wind and the night.
Kjartan, what do you want to do?
What if I?
Everyone wants to figure out this puzzle, man.
Yeah. I'm about to go chemistry, mad scientist on this.
For
I was
mixing
thinking of it
jars.
too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be mixing jars.
Yeah, I was thinking about pouring out some of the anointed oil or liquid onto the ground,
Okay.
trying to combine the ingredients and see if a chemical reaction happens or something.
Okay. So you pour some of the oil and some of the one for the others,
Yeah.
and as they meet, you see that the one for the others begins to act with the oilish compound for the anointed, but it just kind of stalemates itself, almost as though it renders it inert.
Okay.
Add the master of the hand.
Yes, I will add that.
You add that.
Yep.
Okay. It basically does the same thing. It just remains inert.
Okay.
Anoint with the master of hands.
We go through all the combinations. We go through all the combinations.
We go through all. No. All right. So that's not doing anything. Do we just want to break these urns? And I mean, we're already spilling it on the ground.
Well, a couple of them seem to have acid, so we'll probably be careful with those.
Dump those out carefully in the corner.
This is.
Well, what if we try to pour the acid on the locks? See if it'll dissolve the locks.
Speaking of acid, Cricket, your hands are still burning from when you pushed the original door in, and you take 3 more points of damage on your palms. What were you saying, Kjartan?
I was just suggesting if we pour the acid onto the door lock.
Okay.
See if that'll dissolve it.
Okay. Is that what you guys want to do?
Yes.
Okay. So the lock is flush with the door, so you'd have to like try to pour some in. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to like push it forward.
Okay.
Funnel it in.
You pour it in, and you begin to hear it sizzle. You see white smoke begin to come out of the hole, and then eventually dissipate.
Cricket will try to push the door open again.
Okay. The door pushes in, and as you push it in, you hear this glass-like object break on the other side. You begin to see this green viscous gas begin to swirl about you, and it moves fast into the room. And I need for everybody to make a con save.
Like the wind?
Similar to it, yeah.
Damn it. Oh, I ain't too bad. Well,
Cricket,
Cricket, 11.
Kjartan,
13.
Adric.
So I was about to say 13, but this is a 17 on the die, not an 11. I got
Okay.
20.
As all you feel this gaseous cloud come into you, Cricket, you begin to get really sleepy. What did you get, Kjartan?
13.
13? And you watch Cricket fall to the floor unconscious. Boom. And as you look upon him, he looks pretty peaceful down there, as he is rendered unconscious for the next 5,000 years.
Ah! Get the anointment.
5,000 years! Oh my god.
That's what it says.
I don't make this up, man.
5,000 years.
5,000 years?
5,000 years.
Wait, does anything happen if we try to wake him up? Like if we poke him with like a stick or some
You
shit?
poke him, and you just see his body just move, just like gelatinous entity.
What?
Right. More limber unconscious.
What the fuck? Can I do like a medicine check? What the hell happened to him?
Sure.
I got a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Hard 20.
He has been afflicted by some kind of a chemical, not a spell, that has rendered him in a slumber state.
Do I look peaceful?
You look shocked. Big old. Somebody drew a dick on the mouth.
So wait, does it seem like he is diseased or like poisoned? One of those?
Not disease, but it looks as though something has entered his system somehow. Most likely through some kind of aeration, and that has done what it's done to him.
Fuck. I don't have anything that can heal. Fuck.
I've got nothing for that.
I have gaseous form. I can turn you into a gas. I don't know what good that's gonna do.
then snort him.
I'll be forever in you, or at least for a few hours.
Your turn to carry Cricket.
It's a lot lighter in this form.
Just vaporize him.
I'm gonna go out with Cricket tonight.
Fuck. What the fuck? Shit.
You got anything, Adric?
No?
Kjartan?
Nothing.
Kjartan's isn't he? Wait, Cricket's asleep, right?
Unconscious, yeah.
Unconscious. Okay.
For the next 5,000 years.
5,000.
I mean, the thing is, we wouldn't know that, right? We wouldn't know you're asleep for the next 5,000 years.
No, you wouldn't
No,
know.
you wouldn't know I was asleep.
But
for
as
5,000.
players, I decided to pass that little ditty on to you.
Yeah, but that has the thing is, it has to inform how I play this because I can't just like leave him alone now because
Okay.
I know it's like 5,000 years. Like, oh fuck. Oh my god, why am I so blurry?
Stop moving, dude.
Let it focus.
Don't exist.
Gotta get rid of that background.
Huh?
I think it's the background.
Could be the background.
So what would you like to do
The
before we
room
pull the
dark.
plug on tonight's session and Cricket's lifeline?
Be right back.
Can I take a look at the? Can I see that glass, like container or whatever that was?
Sure.
Can I see it?
You see it on the floor. It looks as though it was a bulb that had been struck and hit the floor.
Can I look up and see like if it was caused by the door opening? Like it was like kind of like a trap.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check. Kush is back.
Yeah,
No longer
Yes.
ghost.
unghosted. I was
19.
shocked by what happened. to
19?
Cricket.
It doesn't look like it was above the door. It actually looked as though it had been held in the jamb of the door on the back side. And that the turning of the handles when the door was opened released the jar, released the capsule, and that's what shattered it when the handles turned, releasing the gas through.
Can I see like down? Is it like a hallway? Like what is this?
I'll actually tell you exactly what you see. Glad you want to look at
I definitely want to know.
that. Right? Well, I gotta find it first. As you open these doors, you see behind is a chamber cut out of the rock with calcite and stalactite modules covering the walls. Engraved on the floor in front of the entrance that you had just opened is a large seal with glyphs. Buttresses rise from the corners, while triangular stone pillars support the high ceiling. And occupying the center of this chamber is a colossal monument resembling a giant's table, covered on all sides with intricate carvings and glyphs. And on the opposite end of this chamber, embedded in the far wall 6 feet above the floor, looks to be a battle axe stuck in the far wall. And if you cannot figure out what else to do tonight, that's where I'm going to leave you guys.
Well, I look forward to your next character.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to see if there's anything we can do in this room to wake you back up, but all I see is a table that we can sacrifice you on, really.
Well, donate my body to medicine.
And with that, we'll see you next session.
Oh,
All right.
some of us.
Some of us, maybe not all of us. What the fuck is this
We'll
about?
bring new us.
Oh my god. 5,000 years?
Hey man,
Give or
it's a
take a
shrine.
few.
It's the
It would take a
shrine.
few decades.
The haunted shrine.
You're a haunted shrine.